Der General Sherman holds soup on his course, he stops at de Gross Road und trains in his horse. There's a ford on de River de stay we mistake, or else de Grand Army in Wieses shall preek. When just as this word from his lips had gone bast, there coomed a young orderly galloping fast, who grew mit amazement, Herr General. Good Lord! Dat bummer der Breitmann ish holden der Ford. Der General he uttered no him und no psalm, but opened his lips soon he briefly say den. Der must have been whisky on dat side der River, to get it dos chaps vold set hell in a shiver, but now dat they hold it, ride quick to der aid, ho, Sickles. Move promptly, send down a brigade. Dat Dutchman must work mighty hard mit his sword if against a whole army he holds to de ford. They spored on, they hurried on, galloping straight, but for Breitmann help coomed just a little too late, for as de la wine goes smash mit her pound, so on to de bummers the repels coomed down, Heinrich von Schinkenstein's teat in de road, Dietrich Kinkelbein's flat as a toad, und Sepperl, Tiroler, spoke never a word, but just mutter Gottes. Und died in de Ford. Ich love Innsbruck Istrel drew de Herr, einer Rausbublingen, he to vash der Karli of Karl's Rose shot near defense, his horse vash overloaded mit Torques und Hens. Und though he like a raven mad cannibal fought yet der Breitmann, der Captainen, der Hero vash caught. Und the last Dings they saw, he vast hide mit accord, for de repels had gobbled him über de Ford. They stripped off his coat und skyugled his boots. They dressed him mit rags of the repel recruits, but von Greyhardt Altweller smiled grimly und bet that Breitmann wilt be a pad egg for dem yet. He has more on his pipe as dem Wellers allows, he has cards yet in hand und das Spiel ist nicht aus, they'll find that they took in der Teufel to board, the day they pulled Breitmann well over de Ford. In de Bowery each beerhouse mit crate was done. Wenn they read in de papers dat Breitmann was gone und de Deutsch alle Country Kopon Lager und Tween, at the great Trauerfest of de Turner Verein. Der was Wien, and mit Weinen wenn Bibelste denkt dat Sherman's great Charman couldn't for more trink und in William Street wie Pin und Valen was heard, because der Hans Breitmann was lost at de Ford. Second part and Dulce Jubilo now they all sings, Ave in de Penners like every dings. De Pries drew de Bein trees is cooler und salt und der General is merry than for we halt, lustig und merry he schmells at de Pries, lustig und heiter he looks drew de Dries, lustig und heiter Ashfell he may pee, for Sherman, at last has marched down to the sea. There's a grew from de Guart, there's a clatter und tramp, when dat very same orderly rides through de camp to report on de Ford. Der is dropless in awe in the face of de youth about somethings he saw. Und he speak me in French, like he always do, look. Sigerplu. Findert you, der is Breitmann, his spook. He is coming this way. Nam de Gars. Can it be dat the spooks of de Tied men come down to de sea? Und he looks. Und they sees. Und they trembles mit tread. Verreisen all sword on de Evening red was Johannes, der Breitmann, der Wars, begont. Cum riding to Oosford, right straight to de Spot. Almost still verstud, yet mit upschumpen hearts, for he looks just so pig as de Scheint of de Hearts. Und I heard a Southdeutschers say Ave Mori. Praise God all gut spirits by land und by sea. Buditzig of Frankfurt he lift to his nose und bemarked dat ich puck hat been change in his clothes. For he seemed like an generalissimus dressed in a Vlamen coat und magnificent vest. 6 Pistols beschlagen mit silber he wore und a cold mounted sword like a Kaiser he bore. Und we denks that de Ghost, or whatever he must have broken some panks on his way to de sea. It is he. Und lebt noch. He liefs they all say, der Breitmann, Old Breitmann, Hans Breitmann. Herr J. Und they rush to impress him. Und still more they find dat for he'd left noting Pahini. In both of his poots der was portemonneys crammed, mit greenpacks stuff full all his haversack jammed, in his pockets cold dollars wir shinglen der Dunes mit wo dozen watches und 4 dozen spoons und wo silber teapots for making his day, der Ghost half bring mit him, en route to de sea. Mit gut sweet potatoes und Dorkies und Rice. They makes him a super of every dings nice. Und a bummers hund round about, alla wien, dill day fent a plantis keen mit perils of wien. Dint was here's to you, Breitmann. Alt Schwed, Bist zurück? Wozu fälls you makes since des 14 Nights Weg? Und weshalb stupendous and der Sprechfrisch oidet der Breitmann has got to see. But in faint he wioschk für der Breitmann hat peen, wo he teed, wo he passed through, or wo he might seen? Here he kids his vine horse, or who gaf him dem wounds. Und how Providence blessed him mitt pods und spoons. For to all of dem queries he only replies, if you dells me no questions, I asks you no lies. So 'twas clear dat some derpel my stray most peeve here he kids all dat plunder he brings to the sea. Derish vapors in Richmond dells derpel ice how Sherman's Grand Army half raised dear supplies, for they read in Brent dat der General Grant Sada bummers half only shoes take fat Davant. But 'tis whispered dat Villery Fulfurl go round der Breitmann will no for a pagan be found, or starven ash prisoner, by Dunder, not, while der Teufel could help him to get to the sea.